Establishing the capital, morning. An overly bright sunny morning. A planet that looks as if it's one giant city. Multiple skyscrapers are peppered throughout a landscape that's one of mostly steel and concrete. Shuttles cruise to and fro through the skies. A dark blue ocean laps at the edge of a seawall. Chiron, the capital, governing body of the galaxy. Interior, bedroom, late morning. An extreme close-up of a gold watch sitting on a nightstand. In the background, a figure awakens. Old Gemini, Caucasian, male, late 50s, not the same character as our Gemini, sits up and stretches. He picks up the watch and looks at it before returning it to its place on the stand. Interior, old Gemini's house, later. A montage of old Gemini continuing his morning routine. He showers, fixes himself the perfect ham and spinach omelet, and dresses in a sharp suit. Interior, old Gemini's indoor patio, early afternoon. Old Gemini reads a book. Birds are chirping. He has a tumbler of whiskey at hand. Goons with guns can be seen patrolling the premises in the background. Interior, old Gemini's home office, late afternoon. Old Gemini sits at a computer terminal, working. In the background, a broadcast delivers a pro-capital message from a nearby speaker.
Today marks the 10-year anniversary of the capital's promise to its citizens to ensure every member is fed.
Old Gemini reaches over and turns up the volume on the speaker.
As the colonies continue to raise prices on food and grain, the capital's consortium, who will always fight for you, attempted to negotiate with colonial leaders, which proved fruitless.
Old Gemini chuckles and shakes his head at this. As he continues to type on his terminal, he shakes his head.
Wasted time.
As the colony's food prices rose and the capital populace began to starve, our elected officials decided to take matters into their own hands and did what they always do. They fought for you.
A gunshot rings out. Old Gemini looks out the window to see interior, indoor patio, afternoon. The goons immediately become alert, grabbing their weapons and heading towards the sound. Old Gemini turns his head in that direction and glances at his watch. He turns up the volume again on the broadcast as the gunshots continue to ring out.
Now, at our 10-year anniversary, the capital government is as dedicated as ever to ensuring that every citizen has food on their plate and a roof above their head.
The gunshots are closer. Old Gemini looks in their direction and closes his computer terminal. He reaches into a drawer and retrieves 2 heavy tumblers. He fetches a bottle behind him and pours a few fingers of brown liquid into one of the tumblers. He leans back in his chair.
Even as we speak, the colony's defenses buckle to the might of the capital's armada, forcing them to reconsider their position on these absurd tariffs levied against you and every member of this law-abiding community.
The sounds of violence are right outside of the office door. Old Gemini turns off the radio and looks to the door. It shudders in its frame as a heavy thud is heard, followed by a definitive shot. A few beats of silence as the camera pushes in on the doorknob slowly turning. The door opens as Gemini, previously introduced in the teaser, walks through cautiously, gun at the ready, dressed in what's become a blood-splattered suit. He's wearing supple black gloves. He sees old Gemini and trains the gun in his direction as he assesses the rest of the room. Old Gemini glances again at his watch before taking it off and gently placing it on the desk.
Thought it might be you. By my count, 15 minutes early.
Gemini says nothing. He pulls out a chair on the opposite side of the desk and sits, crossing his legs. His gun hand relaxes casually on his knee, with the barrel still pointing at old Gemini. He straightens his tie. Old Gemini chuckles softly as he takes another pull of his drink with one hand. The other hand slowly creeps towards a hidden pistol strapped underneath the desk.
Drink? You know how long I did the job? 15 years as a Gemini. What do I have to show for it? Busted hip, a lung that doesn't inflate like it should, bad ankles.
Old Gemini takes a moment to look at his drink. His other hand creeps closer to his gun. Gemini remains quiet.
This will be your fate too if you become a Gemini. Our lifespans are measured in bullets.
Still holding the pistol on old Gemini, Gemini shifts focus for a brief second as the voice coming through his neurological implant speaks directly into his ear. It's Taurus, female voice, one of the capital's few retired surviving assassins.